Hey guys, so I was going for the whole Jesse Pinkman look, but I think I failed rather miserably at it. If you guys don't know me, I'm kind of a person who gets scared easily. I'm afraid of a lot of things like mass murderers, killer dolls, the dark, dwarves, and dark alleys, and many more things. In this video, I'm gonna talk about one of my fears that sorta does have a logical reason behind why I'm scared of it. Logical reason as in there's a reason that I'm scared of them, and I'm not scared of them just because of the heck of it, and that is because I went through a somewhat bad experience with the thing I'm scared of, and that is my fear of cats. This bad experience happened when I was around 7, 8, or even 9 years old. I'm not really sure now, but even before that, I was never a huge fan of cats. I could tolerate them, I could be in the same room with them, I could even hold them, but not a huge fan. And then the bad experience happened, and I couldn't even be in the same room with a cat without having an adrenaline shot through me and having just that sort of fight or flight response. And I just wanted to flee that environment I was in just to get away from the cat. Here's a quick backstory before I tell you the actual story that happened to me. So, one day there was this cat that was hanging out in my grandma's backyard. Grandma's. So anyways, my grandma saw it and she thought that the cat looked rather sick and hungry, so being a nice person that she is, she decided to buy this cat some cat food, which she did, and the next day she left the bowl for the cat outside, hoping that the cat would find it and eat it and get better. But to her surprise, later that day she saw that not one cat was eating from it, but 6 cats were eating from it. 6 or 5 cats were eating out of the bowl, and then they just sort of stay there, and she didn't really mind it because, cats aren't really so high maintenance, especially those cats, because they would sometimes leave and then come back and just chill out in her backyard for a little while, and she would just leave them a bowl of cat food. So this sort of happened a little bit before I was born, and then I was born, and I got to that certain age where I could play outside, like 5 or 6. And I never really liked playing in her backyard and I would always play in the front yard. I never liked playing in the backyard, not because I was scared of cats at that time, just because I thought they were just annoying. I would be trying to play and they would always come and follow me around, and being the little kid that I was, I didn't like that. I preferred being on my own than having these cats just meowing at me. So this happened in a sunny afternoon. My cousins had just left. We had spent the whole weekend just hanging out in the backyard, playing and telling stories, and the cats didn't even bother us once. And then they left, and I was hanging out in the front yard when I was feeling a little adventurous, and I decided to go to the backyard and play, thinking that the cats would not bother me anymore since they didn't bother me that weekend when I was with my cousins. So I walked to the backyard, and the first thing I see is a cat, and he's eating something. I'm not really sure what it was. And then it looks up at me, and it just looks at me with the most evil eyes I had ever seen on a cat. And then it screeches like this, but 10 times worse than that. And then my heart just dropped, and then I had adrenaline pumping all over me, and then I ran as fast as I could out of there and into my grandma's house. And she just looks at me, and then she asks me why I look so scared, and I'm like, I can't even talk because I was just shaking. I was scared out of my mind, and I just told her 2 words: cat, scared. And then she just gives me sugar because that's supposed to calm your nerves down or something. And that's pretty much the story, which scarred my whole life. And to this day, going to the backyard that day in that exact time is still one of my worst decisions I've ever made. Thinking back to it now, I think that I would have still eventually have grown a fear of cats just because they look so creepy. And I don't know how cat lovers or cat people or cat enthusiasts or however they call themselves do it, because cats just look so creepy as heck. And I have a theory as to why that is. I believe that cats are not natural to this world. They are unnatural. And here is why. Because aliens gave cats as gifts to Egyptians and other ancient people. Now, before you exit this video, just hear me out. I'm a huge believer that aliens visited our Earth during an earlier period of humanity, while there was ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Mayans, Aztecs, and all of that. Now, before you say anything else, I believed all of this way before that ancient astronauts TV show mumbo jumbo on the History Channel. So the aliens gave this as a gift to ancient people, and these cats have a biological marker that the aliens use to keep track of us. That's why cats are always intruding everywhere and pretending to be asleep. And that's why there's also a lot of stray cats out there, because aliens are still keeping tabs of us. That's another reason why I'm super scared of them. Or maybe I'm just a big wuss and don't want to admit that a cat screeching at me scarred my whole life. So that's pretty much the story of the week. I'm gonna try to use this channel more to make vlogs and tell stories about my life. Yeah, because my life is so freaking interesting. Or, talk about other topics. And I hope you guys stick around and, subscribe if you liked this video and want to see more. Or if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And also, if you're a cat person or a cat enthusiastic, comment down below and tell me why you like cats. Because I'd really like to know. I honestly really want to know. And if you don't give two shits about cats, here's another question. What's your favorite TV show? Comment down below. And if you're feeling a little crazy, you can answer both. And this has been Lois. Till next time.